some sad news to start. Val Kilmer passed away yesterday, April 1st, 2025. He was 65.
Yeah, really quite young. A huge loss for film, definitely.
Absolutely. So today, we wanted to do a deep dive, sort of unpack his impact, his artistry. We've looked at various reflections on his career and life.
Right, and the goal, I think, is to try and understand what made him such a, well, a significant figure, you know? How did his dedication connect with people?
And what comes through immediately is just the range. So many sources highlight that versatility, how he really left this indelible mark on Hollywood.
Definitely. He wasn't just one type of actor. He had this, like, charisma, this presence that just worked across so many different kinds of characters.
Exactly. Like, think about Iceman and Top Gun.
Yeah.
That cool confidence, almost arrogant.
Oh, yeah, the ultimate rival.
But underneath, you totally sense this bravery and surprisingly a loyalty, especially to Maverick in the end.
Right, right. It wasn't just surface level. And then complete opposite him is Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Whoa. Yeah. That performance, he became Morrison. The critics loved it, didn't they?
Yeah.
He captured that rock star thing, but also something kind of fragile.
Totally. He embodied that whole spirit. It makes you wonder about his process, you know? How did he manage those kinds of transformations? Was it just mimicry or something deeper?
Well, linking that to the bigger picture, it seems like Kilmer was always searching for some kind of meaning in his art, a real connection.
Yeah, I think that's right. And Tombstone Doc Holliday, that's maybe the perfect example.
Oh, definitely. Many people say that's one of his absolute best.
Yeah.
It's so complex.
Yeah, the sources really focus on how he kept the intelligence, the world weariness, but also that fierce loyalty and vulnerability, like understanding a man really facing his own end. It felt incredibly human.
So layered. And then jumping again, he puts on the cowl for Batman Forever.
Right. Talk about different expectations, Batman.
And he pulls it off, captivating audiences again.
You mentioned multifaceted performances earlier. What specifically, like what elements of his acting really stand out? It's interesting, some point to his voice, how it could be so commanding one minute and then really subtle the next. And his physicality, too. The way he'd, like, carry himself often said so much about the character's inner life, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. And we have to mention his resilience, too. Facing throat cancer since 2015. That's a huge battle.
Oh, really tough fight, yeah.
But he kept working, kept creating.
Yeah.
That dedication itself is pretty inspiring, isn't it?
Absolutely. Which brings us to Top Gun, Maverick in 2022. Seeing him back as Iceman.
Oh, that scene. Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't just nostalgia, was it? It felt genuinely poignant, really moving. It sort of cemented his legendary status right there, even dealing with his health issues.
It really did. A perfect bookend, almost.
Yeah.
So his whole career feels like this journey, this intense dedication, constantly exploring who he was through these roles.
He wasn't just reading lines. No way. He was investing himself, digging deep into these stories.
And because of that, he became more than just a famous actor. He was, like you
Yep.
said, an inspiration for his commitment, his resilience, all of it.
Exactly.
So yeah, with Kilmer's passing, it really does feel like the end of a chapter. An actor who relentlessly chased meaning in what he did. He leaves behind such a powerful, diverse body of work.
Definitely. Makes you think, doesn't it? Like, how does his commitment to playing such different, often really complex people, even while facing his own serious challenges, how does that show us something about art itself? About its power to connect with us, even through struggles?